This is WVUA News with special championship week coverage from Alabama's home team.
The flow of fans arriving to cheer on the Tide has not stopped, and we've not stopped either. Day 4 of our BCS coverage live in New Orleans is happening right now. Good evening, I'm Matt McCoy. Thanks for joining us. In just less than 48 hours, we'll know we'll know how we stand against the New Orleans, against LSU Tigers. And joining me now is Gary Harris. You know, day 4 of coverage, day 2 of practice. We're getting in defensive. Yeah, we're getting in there.
Yeah, Matt, really, to be honest with you, for Alabama, it's just about all done at this point. Media obligation-wise, the players do not have to talk to reporters anymore. The last time for that was today. Coach Saban and Les Miles of LSU will have their final press conferences tomorrow. That's the only media opportunity that's left. Practice-wise, the hay's pretty much in the barn. Alabama held its final full practice today. They will have a walkthrough tomorrow, but that's basically just to go over final assignments, final preparations in terms of the game plan. Players tonight getting a night off. They were allowed to go out for just a little bit. I imagine the curfew's probably going to be around 11 o'clock, so they're probably getting in. We saw a few of them when we were downtown earlier, but all being well behaved. They're here, they're focused, they're ready to play a football game. Like I said, still, you know, what are we, 45 hours or so
exactly
until the game, but basically, as I said, the hay's in the barn.
Yeah, well, you know, hopefully we'll get in there, the defensive teams. This last game, November 5th, it was all about the defense.
Well, and it, you know, will be about the defenses again. Now, I think there will be more offense. Today was Alabama's defensive press conference. Coming up later in sports, Kirby Smart, you know, there's been a lot of talk about LSU, Jordan Jefferson running the option. A lot of people have said Alabama was caught off guard by it the first time. Smart says that's not the case. They weren't caught off guard then. They won't be caught off guard this time. We'll have that story. Plus, you know, a number of Alabama players are from Louisiana. We'll talk to one of them. Bama basketball tonight, too. So we got a busy night ahead in sports.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Appreciate
All right.
it. Well, when we arrived here on Tuesday, there weren't many Bama fans, but as the days have gone on, more and more fans have come into the Big Easy, and WVUA's Bradley Whittington hit the streets to see what all the fandemonium was all about.
Some decided to skip, and some took a bike. But most people took the faster route, like the car or the train. But regardless of how they got here, they're all here for one reason.
We're here for the national championship game on Monday night when Alabama's going to beat LSU.
Bama fans may be outnumbered in the Big Easy, but that's not stopping them from sticking together and having a little fun. Fans of all ages have come to cheer on the Crimson Tide, from very young to very old.
Love Alabama. I've been watching them for 70 years. I'm the oldest man here.
No matter where you are in New Orleans, it's hard to walk down the street without hearing this.
Roll Tide! Roll Tide, roll. Roll Tide, roll Tide. Roll Tide. Roll Tide, roll. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Hammer, jammer, yeller, hammer, give 'em hell, Alabama! Woo!
While most things here on Bourbon Street are very confusing and crazy, one thing seems to be very clear, that Bama fans are finally here. Reporting from Bourbon Street, I'm Bradley Whittington for WVUA News.
And of course, as the days go on, more and more of those Tide fans will pour into the Big Easy. And of course, if you're down here and don't have a place to cheer on the Tide, you can check out the Bowl Bama Bash. That's going to be happening right behind me, actually, over to my left in the Convention Center. That's tomorrow night, January 8th. Like I said, at the New Orleans Convention Center, the fun starts at 7 p.m. For more information, you can call 1-800-965-9324. That's 1-800-965-9324. Now, down here in New Orleans, it's not just about the Alabama-LSU game. Believe it or not, I know. But tonight, the New Orleans Saints took on the Detroit Lions. And as we're walking around town tonight, there are tons and tons of New Orleans Saints fans, the Who Dat Nation, And we were out over in the Garden District today, and we were eating lunch, and all the fans were in around town. Of course, Tori, we're going to toss back to you, and it's a mixture of everybody here, LSU, Alabama fans, those New Orleans Saints fans coming on in. But after tonight, those Saints fans are going to be piling out, and more Alabama fans and LSU fans will pile in, bring the atmosphere up, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Matt. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm a little jealous. But in Tuscaloosa, after April's tornadoes in Tuscaloosa, the city's namesake of Druid City has seemed to lose its luster as many of the infamous trees were lost to the storms. But today, Tuscaloosa residents did something about it to bring the Druid City back. It's called Trees for Life, an event sponsored by Wings of Grace Relief Center and Dodd Nurseries of Mobile. Tuscaloosa residents lined up at Forest Lake Baptist Church to collect free trees and shrubs to put in place of the ones lost during the storms. All of the trees were donated for free. Wings of Grace director Terry Hibbard says she believes the trees will represent new signs of life in the Tuscaloosa community.
Their main concern was just getting everything back in order on the interior of their homes, and so now they're starting the beautification of the outside. And so this is a first step for them to be able to plant this first tree as in a new symbol, new mark of rebuilding again. So it's just been wonderful.
While April's storms were over 8 months ago, many families still find themselves living surrounded by rubble. Only one of about 20 buildings remain at Graceland Apartments in Alberta, situated in one of the worst hit areas. Even though the area is distraught with damage, a pair of families moved into the remaining building on New Year's. Tuscaloosa City spokeswoman Meredith Lynch says residents will be allowed to remain temporarily, but it's not clear what will happen as demolition work progresses. According to the city, the complex is supposed to be demolished by the first anniversary of the April tornado. Well, that's the look here from Tuscaloosa. Now let's go back to New Orleans, where Matt McCoy joins us live.
Thanks, Tori. We've got a lot more for your home team in both West Alabama and down here in New Orleans. If you haven't found a ride to New Orleans or just scared yours will break down, do not worry. We're going to tell you about a coach ride that will bring you down here for just $100. And the Alabama men's basketball team opened up the SEC schedule on the road tonight at Georgia. Gary Harris will have those highlights later in home team sports. And we're less than 48 hours away. Do not go anywhere as we continue our countdown right here on the home team station as countdown to the kickoff.